Yeah, hey guys, this is Ian, and it is the day after Thanksgiving weekend, which is the 27th of November. So, over the weekend, I got a bunch of questions about monetizing a directory. This is something that comes up over and over and over and over again. It's a challenge for all of us. Everyone gets excited and enthusiastic and really motivated to build one of these directory style sites, and then there's a little bit of a downer or a decline in the enthusiasm when you realize it's not so easy after all to just sell an unlimited amount of featured listings on your site. So the best way, and I've said this for years, to monetize this kind of community is to sell back end stuff. So you want to have a suite of online offers that help your clients achieve their goals. Now, regardless of what type of community you're building, whether it's a hyper local, uh, sushi directory in abccity.com, or whether it's a marketplace of yogis or authors or teachers or mindfulness professionals like I'm building with some partners right now, you want to have your eye constantly on a big back end offer, which is going to help you transform your business, offer lots of value to your clients, and really make your community an engaging and helpful resource for all. And when I say all, I mean both the public and your professional peers. So I'm going to cover these quickly. These are 7 that I use. And I think you should use too, whether you're in a local marketplace or not. Some of these may not be quite as applicable for your needs as they are for mine, but you can decide that on your own. So the first is something that I love, which is creating landing page style sites for my clients. So using, let's say, something like the Genesis framework by Studio Press, I can create high impact blog or landing page style websites for people in my niche, which is authors and teachers and trainers who generally have very poor opt-in or new lead generation style websites, right? So using these kinds of frameworks, which are designed for people who want to build lists, do relationship marketing, acquire names. Very simply, I can take a template or a good looking theme that uses lots of email marketing centric styling and transform their business in an afternoon, right? So you're just going to swap out their previous theme or their previous framework with something like Genesis. Certainly not the only one. There's another theme maker that I really like named or called Theme Beans that have great opt-in pages on their blogs. I mean, and you can really transform someone's business using that. I don't do the web design. I outsource that. And you're really just swapping one framework for another and giving people an instant improvement in the return on investment they're going to be getting in their own content marketing campaigns. All right, we're going to cover this in some more detail elsewhere, but you can charge anywhere from 500 to 900 to even 1200 bucks, depending on the niche or market or industry you're in. And really, that's something that you can do for them in an afternoon. And like me, not even have to do the work. I can outsource that for a couple $100s. All right, so interviews. People love these. One of the things that I recommend that you do is for unique content on your directory, let people, as a featured listing or a premium VIP style listing, interview your listings, right? So rather than just a generic about their restaurant or about their life coaching business or about their dentistry practice, interview them. That has real value. And it also makes that content specifically unique to your community. So rather than cutting and pasting the same content, from one Yelp-like directory to the next, in your case, you're getting really super specific, unique content that is only appearing on your community because they're your questions that you're asking those people, and they're giving you answers that are only going to be found on your community, or at least on your community first. They might take those and post them elsewhere, but you put it on your community first. The other thing that you can do is you can convert those into really good looking PDFs. I use an app called Anchor. I'm sorry, not Anchor, Author. It's called author.app.co, I think. I forget. I'll have the link to it below. It's free. I actually pay for it, but you can use it for free. And I think if you do pay for it, it's $5 a month or $4.99 a month. And it creates really beautiful PDFs out of your interviews. And you can send those to your clients who are on your directory, who who are being interviewed on your directory. They can share that with their clients. It's a great viral tool, and people just really appreciate it. All right, so to make this quick, because I could spend a half hour on each one of these: contests, giveaways, content upgrades, leaderboards, any kind of viral content that you can help your clients create is a huge win for them. It's also, again, as an online agency, a huge win for you. I use a service called Viper.io. I've been using them for a couple of years. I bought a lifetime license when this thing first came out into the world, and it's just a great service. They make great leaderboard style contests. You can do content upgrades for your clients, which generate pop-ups on specific posts or pages. Really, really cool stuff. All kinds of viral marketing, content marketing. You can check them out, Viper.io, and you'll see some of the things that they do. You can easily charge, anywhere from the mid, $500-700 to way up, depending on how involved you are in this kind of thing. But you can literally turn your agency into a viral content marketing media agency, have a ton of fun, serve people in really useful and practical ways, and really build relationships that last a long time as well. All right, Clarity consultation. This is one of the easiest things that you can do to really help people get clear on what they are doing in their own businesses. So one of the things that I've recommended for years, some of you know this who've worked with me in the past, if you really wanted the easiest, kind of consulting gig in the world, it's looking at your clients' websites or looking at their branding or looking at their mission statement, looking at their manifestos or whatever it is that they're putting out into the world and filtering it through these questions or these statements, depending on how you come at it. This is who you are. This is what you do. This is who you do it for. This is what they need. This is how their lives change when you do what you do best for them. So when you filter your client's content through the prism or the perspective of this process, you're going to find you get very clear, very specific, very direct, and very benefit oriented in terms of helping them craft better messages that will help make them more money and feel more empowered and inspired and motivated to do great work in the world. All right, here's an analog to this, or sort of sidebar to this: about me pages. I see these on Facebook all the time. Like, people are advertising these kinds of services, especially in the niches that I compete in, like coaching, teaching, author marketing, and so forth. If you love doing this kind of thing, you can do this and do it for really good money and incorporate this into the featured listing style offers that you're putting out in, on your web directory. All right, this is something that I love. Again, those of you who've worked with me, who've read my stuff: strategy, structure, sequence, story, right? Help people put the pieces of their process or puzzle into the right sequence, right? So people struggle with this. Over Thanksgiving, I had several conversations with friends, family, just casual things where people were telling me some of the things they were working on. invariably, people don't know what pieces should go where and why. So the strategy, structure, sequence, story allows you to get really clear and help your clients get really clear on what pieces go where and why. Do you start with X or do you start with Y? Do you build a LinkedIn page or do you build a website first? Do you, create a course or do you, build a list? I mean, all these things are challenges that many of us in this industry can navigate pretty quickly because we know by dint of our own experience how things ought to roll. But most people, which is 95% plus of your clients in any of these niches, aren't going to have the first clue. They might have an intuition about what goes where or what goes first, or what pieces are most important. How to structure an online brand or business or content marketing campaign. But this is something that's a lot of fun. It's super easy to do, and you can really help people make dramatic gains in their own businesses, brands, blogs, books, whatever it is that they're trying to build by dint of this process map. All right, last thing is overwhelming offers. So I have said this for the longest time. What you really want to do is just stack the value in such a way that it actually becomes harder to say no than it is to say yes. So I don't want to give all the details of this, but I was kind of jotting a little bit of this out when I was conceptualizing this video. So I'm working on something now where I'm working with another very well-known, far more well-known than I, writer and speaker and coach who's done, gazillion dollars worth of marketing consulting for some of the biggest companies in the world. And one of the things that we're doing together now is we're working on a series of courses and high-end offers for authors and coaches and teachers and people who want to self-publish. So it's a platform-oriented offer, and the name of the offer is Platform. So one of the things that we're doing is inviting them to be part of this private community where they're going to have a listing, their books can get reviewed, there's going to be all these really feature-intensive, value added offers for them or benefits to them to be part of this community. But we are just adding piece by piece by piece so many, obviously or just clear value propositions that so they're going to get a free course, they're going to get a free interview, they're going to get a book review, they're going to get a private mastermind community with 100 other authors who are self-published success stories. They're going to get X, they're going to get Y, and we're just going to continue to add so much value that people are going to say, I hope, how can I possibly say no to this for $99 a month or whatever the cost is that we're asking people to commit to over the course of a year? So I encourage you to try the same thing. Just continue to overwhelm people with value, especially in the beginning. When you're first launching something, just keep stacking the value until it's too good to be true. So really quickly, which one is it? Okay, so number 3, this Viper viral marketing tool that I was referring to in the third piece of this. I bought that tool when it first came out, software as a service, and I bought a lifetime license. And it was, did I need it back then? No. Was I even sure how I was going to use it? Not really. The reason I bought it is the value was so evident and so obvious that not buying it felt like it would be something a year down the road I would regret because I knew I'd be paying a lot more for it then or now. So the same idea ought to be in play in your business as well. Think about, if you're building a directory, how can you make so much value for the folks who are listed as featured or premium or VIP or whatever that connotation is or that category is or that description is, that if you have 100 people that you want to pay $99 a month or $39 a month, that it's so attractive that it makes getting those first 100 people really, really, really easy. All right. This is actually really effective, especially in local communities, believe it or not, like local directories, hyper specific, local communities are easy to do this because there's only a certain amount of space. If you're doing, in a certain city and you're giving an incredible amount of value to the first 100 people who are VIPs, for an example, I mean, there's only so many people in a given city to take advantage of that. And I'm saying this badly, but this works whether you're building a larger national or international marketplace style community, or it works equally as well in a super specific, hyper local directory style community also. Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I will have links to some of the resources above in the comments below. Thanks so much and have a great day.